Hello, everyone, and welcome back to an episode of the non-NPC show. Today we have CainesLaw. You can introduce yourself.
What's up? CainesLaw.
So I have a lot of questions for you. Uh, First off, I want to ask you about probably one of the one of the newer bases you've been at. One of the best known is
What's that?
the Bodecan.
Right.
So tell me about your experiences there. Forming the base and ultimately its demise.
Um. Well, after Arius went down, I kind of bounced around a couple places, but never really built. I went to the Drain and got invites to a bunch of stuff, but I was kind of burnt out at the time, so I really didn't do anything. And then where the Bodecan was was my original dupe stash for when I had the Exodus base, which was only 1,000 blocks away. It got griefed in 2014. And so I just kept the stash, and that's where I had transferred everything when Arius went down. And then the dupe, 1111 dupe came around. So I started duping stuff there because everything was already there. Yellowstone Joe came and dropped stuff off, and I was duping it. And it kind of just grew from that. I already had a huge dupe stash there, so I just started building. And I duped a bunch of TNT and then made the first cavern where the tree was. And then I just started inviting people. Legato, well, Joe already knew where it was. Legato was the first person I invited. And it just kind of I kept inviting people. Same thing as Arias. I just kept inviting people over time.
All right.
Kept getting,
And how did the base ultimately, fall?
Beardler got greedy. He wanted items, I guess. He could have just fucking asked for them, and I would have gave him whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
But he got greedy. He wanted the library and whatever other rare items we had laying around, and decided to blow it up and take them for whatever fucking reason. I don't know why.
I think that's a good segue. What are your views on Beardler? Because I mean, I've read about him before, but I haven't ever personally spoken to him or anything like that.
I don't know what his deal was. I don't know if he does. I don't know. Does he even still play?
I'm not sure.
I mean,
After that whole museum drama, I think he kind of dropped off the face of the earth.
he did a lot of dumb shit in a real short time because he brought down Black Mecca too over the same dumb stuff.
So, you mentioned earlier Aureus City too. That's another one of your important bases. What
Yeah.
can you say about that base? Obviously, that was featured in a lot of Fitz videos and was known a lot by the server and was kept in secrecy for a long time.
That was a fun base. I no life that base for almost a year, and it was the same kind of deal as the Bodecan. It was me and Tokarev started it because we had Exodus. I can't remember if you ever went to Exodus or not.
Uh, what you mean the base Exodus?
Yeah,
I think I might have. Was
we
that
had the
around?
gold farm
Was
and
that around
just
during Shenandoah's time? Because I think
yeah,
me, Henry, and Exodus all
yeah. You
ventured to
all guys
that.
went there and used the gold farm there.
I briefly remember being there, but I don't think I
Yeah,
got to see all the sites.
but Exodus got griefed. We went to Asgard. That got griefed. We did the Incursion thing, which is a fucking blast, and that's actually where I got the items from Pyro from his infinite ender chest to build the gold farm, and then that's kind of what started Arius. I wanted to build the gold farm, so did a bunch of searching. I finally found the spot where we ended up building it because the Guardian farm was right off the shore, and it was just me and Tack at first. And same deal, we just started inviting people. I think think Snacky might have been the first person I invited there.
That's obviously so ironic,
Well,
because he was ultimately the cause of the demise.
yeah, well, shit happens, man.
So
His was unintentional, unlike Bueller's.
I'll touch on that towards the end. But I wanted to ask you now your experiences at Aureus. What are some of the highlights of that base?
Just meeting everybody. Dude, that was a great time for the server. I did. Unfortunately, I lost my entire. There's like a 6-month period of screens that I lost from when I began Aureus to about. It was from December to June. I lost that section of screenshots, and that was the best time I had on the server. We found Imp base. I went to a bunch of different bases. I went to the Fox's base. It was just. It's way different than it is now. You can't. That's what's kind of why I don't play anymore. You just can't. It's gone.
So so I want to bring back now Snacky North and Cancer Chan. So what was that whole situation? Because I think people saw it from an outside perspective. You know, a lot of different viewpoints and perspectives kind of clashing. What was your interpretation of the events that happened?
Snacky just wasn't thinking. It wasn't intentional, and Cancer Chan trolled him. Hey, he took he. I guess it's a him. He took him to a bunch of different bases. Like he took him to Jack Ripper's spawn base, and he had to move his base once he showed up with him, and then he took him, her, whatever the fuck it is, to some other bases, and he was on the way to Aureus with him, but he hadn't gave him exact chords, just general chords. And
Yeah.
I lost my shit. I was like, why are you bringing this random person to here? There's over a year's worth of work into this for just some random noob to come here. And Cancer Chan went off crazy and posted the general chords. They were off by like 10 or 20,000. But the problem was, like a month before that, maybe a month and a half, Offtopia's Skype had gotten hacked. And I had sent him pictures of Aureus. So anyone that had even a general clue could just unmiss the area and find it. And there's enough autists on 2B to do that.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Because, I mean, just the biomes that were surrounding, and then the location of the Guardian Temple so close to the shore, it was just kind of a unique territory. So we kind of just like, we just got cut our losses, moved everything out, and then bombed it.
So Cancer Chan, was it ever decided who Cancer Chan was or what?
It was, well, I guess he had an interview with Rusher after all that, and it ended up being some dude.
That's funny.
I don't know any of the details. I don't know if it was a girl when Snacky was talking to it, and she was like, I'm going to play this and give it to one of her guy friends to talk about. I have no idea. But they ended up quitting a couple months after that anyways.
So, okay, I want to talk about next. You mentioned Jack and the Lands, your experiences out there and with Jack in general.
Jack's great. Jack's an amazing friend and player. But unfortunately, I got to the Lands and it got bombed a week or two later.
So it was short-lived.
Yeah, because of the bed TP.
So, yeah, you're saying you had really great experiences with Jack. Can you go into detail, like maybe bases you've been at together or interactions?
I first met him at Asgard.
Oh yeah, what was it like at Asgard, actually?
That was a lot of fun. There was a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, yeah.
Before that, I kind of kept myself. I mean, somehow I started talking to Exodus and got involved. It might have actually been through you.
Yeah, I think it might have been
Or it
because
might
we
or
were
it might have
friends
been
on.
3B, 3T.
Yeah, we were friends on 3B.
Yeah. But I really didn't talk to anyone before because I was still fairly new. I mean, I joined June 2014.
So you were relatively new when I met you on 3B.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, joined June 12th.
I joined, I want to say earlier in 2014, but I didn't start playing 3B until later in 2014.
Yeah. Well, that's when uh 2B that was just terrible at that
Yeah,
point. The
it
lag
was
was so
awful.
bad.
That's one of the reasons I joined because the lag was so bad on 2B and I wasn't used to anything like that. That 3B was really the only viable alternative.
Yeah. But I first met him there, and then I had some interactions with him at the Incursion. And I'm trying to remember what we did next. I don't know if I really based with him or we just were always in the same groups. So I just talked to him. And then Bed TP came around and he let me come to the lands. I was like, sweet. And he actually came to the Arias. Like, I felt really bad. It was like 2 weeks before we blew it up.
Yeah.
He was the last member to show up.
I was gonna hit on this more towards the end, but I guess we brought it up now. 3B3T. I have a lot of questions for you that I've been kind of waiting to ask about all that.
What's up?
Okay, so I remember specifically back when I played that we had like this third person in our group, right?
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
No, it wasn't his. It's like
Oh.
Loreny, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's
I thought
like
it was an old dude.
wait, really?
I could have swore he was an older guy.
No way. I thought it was like some girl gamer the whole time.
No, I'm pretty sure I remember him telling me that he was an older guy because he didn't play that. I never saw him after 3B to 3T.
Yeah, 3B3T was the last I saw of that person.
Yeah.
And then I remember us meeting Bran and Drew too. Those were two of like
Who?
Bran and Drew, two other players that we kind of met early on.
Yeah, I think I never
They
met
found
Bran.
our Mesa base 300 blocks away from spawn.
Yeah, I don't think I met Bran. I don't think I was online, but I think I met Drew because he built with us for a little bit.
Yeah, and we also did we get raided by like XOXP or something like that?
I think so. I think that's kind of when I quit playing.
And then ended up like staying with Victor for a while. Victor 96.
Yeah.
It was like way out towards the border.
Yeah, fuck, that was a long time ago, man.
I don't know. I just have great memories from that server because it all feels so like congested and everything happened. Like so much action going on because there wasn't much room to kind of spread out.
Yeah.
And I got to meet so many people that at the time I didn't know had such an influence on 2B2T. And it kind of paid off in the long run because, hey, I knew you from so and so.
Yeah. That's what always happens. You just randomly meet people and then you get tied up with them. I mean, that's what Asgard did. I mean, pretty much everyone at Arius was from Asgard.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some that I hadn't met there. Like Snacky, I'd never met. I just knew he was on here. He was cool, and I just invited him.
So I want to touch on the third incursion because I was never involved in that. You were, and I want to know what it was like, the third incursion, and I want to hear what it's like, and I want to hear how it is compared to this current incursion that's happening right now.
I wouldn't know anything about the current one, dude. I haven't logged on to be in 3 weeks, and the last time I did, I just logged on enough to see if my dupe stash was still there. That was the first time I logged on in like a month and a half.
So you haven't played in how long?
It's after the Bodekin went down in was that June? End of May?
I think so.
I moved some accounts around, but that's pretty much the last time I really played. Actually, I think I still have 2 accounts at the Bodekin still because I never moved them out.
So, what can you say about the third incursion?
That was a lot of fun. That was a
I'm sure
lot
it
of fun
was,
to
yeah.
just
From what I've read about it,
explode.
yeah. I can't imagine what it'd be like to
Um,
experience that.
I mean, that's the first time I ever met a lot of the people. Like Pop was there. Pop actually came to spawn and was around. I met Silver Crown King. Jack was there. Pyro was there. There's a lot of weird shit going on because a lot of the plugins have gotten removed. So Pyro and Tristan brought gassed eggs, um,
Oh, that must have
infinite
been fun.
yeah, infinite furnaces. What else did he bring? All the imps. I mean, just for every item imaginable, there was infinites for them. Pyro was there at spawn with his 666 sword, his sharp 666, his 32k pickaxe, and it was just wild and crazy shit. And then just exploring, I found a ton of spawn bases because I would just explore and just see what was out there.
Yeah.
This is the first time I ever really did that on 2B. Before, I hadn't done that before, but there were just so many people playing.
So I want to ask about your experiences with Tokarev because you said you two were always making bases together. It's one of the closest people you had on 2B. What can you
Yeah,
say about Tokarev?
he's my best friend in real life. We've been friends since high school. So we both started playing Minecraft. He set up a modded server, and we played it. But we got end game with it. We got bored, and I had seen something about 2B online. We both joined and had a blast. He kind of quit midway through Arius. I guess he got tired of Minecraft. Life's busy. We're both older, got kids, so it just is what it is. He played a little bit at the Bodekin, but not much.
Yeah.
But the house at Exodus he built and some of the landscaping.
Isn't that kind of weird how you named the base Exodus and then Exodus came to your base?
Yeah, before I knew Exodus.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that for some reason. It's like,
Our
uh,
first base, me and Tech's first base on 2B was called Cerebus. It was only like 7,000 blocks out. Wasn't very far.
those were the days when 7K was the far
Yeah.
far away. All right, I want to know more about your Redstone machines that you've made.
Which ones?
Just go through all of them. I want to hear about every single Redstone machine you've made. Like,
The sorter at RS, it was a 203 item sorter. It was, I think, I don't know if Orr had built a bigger one at that point, but we were pretty much matched for the size. I think he ended up going and building a bigger one.
yeah, item sorters are always really cool. They're very intricate.
I don't know. I just like Redstone. I like mechanical things. That's kind of what makes the game fun for me. But I built that. Figured out how I wanted to set it up. Got it built. It worked great. House eventually broke it. I never fixed it before Arius got blown up. Of course, house broke it. The gold farm. That was just an idea I had. I really like gold farms. I don't know why, but they're cool. And all the ones that I had seen to me were inefficient, especially when 1.8 came around, because then pigment aggro changed, and it would spread, and they would stay aggro. So all the designs that were out to that point didn't take advantage of that. So I thought about it, and I came up with the design that I have, which is the 10 portal blocks with a rail inside in between them, and it works good. As far as I know, it wasn't really matched or beat till Amango came out with his design, which is way better, but takes a lot more resources to build. The Guardian farm I built was kind of a mix match. I built it the way I did with the drop funnel for aesthetic reasons, because I thought it looked better than just having them straight drop out the bottom. Iron Farm was just a normal tower with 4 towers, and I built a nice little house for collection in the middle. The mob farm was based on a snow crash design. It was actually half the height in just one module, but on 2B, you need a lot of spawning spaces for any mob farm to work. So I doubled the height, and then I built 5 of them. And it worked amazing for what it was. I mean, we got ender pearls, all kinds of bones, just all kinds of mob drops out of it. And at that time, I would usually have 3 or 4 accounts on, 3 accounts on constantly, just AFK farming. For why? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
So, another thing that I want to touch on is the illegal items you've come in contact with over your time on 2B2T. What can you say about that?
They're out there. I don't know what's left, but
Can you touch on specifics of maybe what you've what's out there amongst 2B?
They say there's bedrock out there. I've never had bedrock. That's the one illegal I haven't had. I've had silverfish blocks, which Pyro gave me, because you can't silk pick or anything or pick up silverfish blocks.
Yeah.
I've had those. I've had barrier blocks. I've had 32Ks. I've had 32K armor. All the heads on the server were from me, because the player 24 pissed me off because she was trying to use them as currency. So during the 11-11 dupe, I went and spammed the crap out of them all over spawn, so everyone had them. I know Pyro had spawn eggs for everything. They've had command blocks. They've had bedrock, but I've never seen it. So, I mean, there's everything you can imagine is out there.
So, what's your relationship with Tristan?
I feel bad for wrecking his base. I don't think he really likes me anymore, which is, I get it. We were friends. I betrayed his trust. I was mad over the land situation because I literally just got in there and then they blow it up. And I had been keeping his base quiet because I knew what was there. And then it was just, I gave it up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is at this point. It's a game.
You're always gonna have that person or two that, you know, is not gonna want to have anything to do with you. For me, that's several people.
It happens.
So what? I want to know what has made you keep coming back to the server. What has made you keep wanting to build and meet people?
It's not the case anymore, but it was the atmosphere, the people I met, the people I built with. It was always fun. I mean, I like Minecraft. It gives me an artistic release. Just build whatever. And most of the players I've played with are awesome. And it's just a fun time.
So I I want to know more about your YouTube channel because you've made some pretty interesting videos of
Oh, what me
of, of
my
you
30
shooting
second
some
clips of shooting
watermelons.
stuff?
Yeah, I want to know more
It's just,
about that.
it's just dumb videos. I usually have friends over every 4th of July to shoot stuff, and there's always just random clips. So I just was like, I'll upload them to YouTube. And for some reason, there's a few of them that are watermelons because they're awesome when you shoot them. But I like guns. I have them. I probably should make more videos, but I never have.
Yeah, I mean, I would watch that. All
So
right, so I want to cap this interview off. I know this one's been kind of short, but I think we covered a lot of stuff. I want to know, what does your name mean?
my name is from
Yeah,
a book.
from a book.
It's from a book. I read a lot. I mean, I have probably 600 or 700 books that I've read.
You know, that is funny because I did look up your name once and found it on a book, but I was thinking, man, I bet there's no way that's what his name is based off
Yep,
of.
it's the Axe of Cain series by Matthew Stover.
So, okay, what's it about then?
Man, I'm not getting that.
Wait, what?
I'm not getting that. It's a sci-fi fantasy book.
Uh,
Um, there's Earth, where it's normal people, and they made a technology to go to an alternate Earth where magic is available, that you can use magic. And
see, I've never been much of a reader.
yeah, I read constantly.
That's a good thing. That's a good hobby to have.
Yeah, but it's a really good series, and I love it, and so I just picked it as my name for my character.
Well, all right. I think this has been a good interview. Unless you have anything else to add on.
That's good, man. Short and sweet.
All right. Well, I liked having you on. DrEnderPickles signing out.